Hey everyone, welcome to another video. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to talk about the upcoming transit of Jupiter in Bharani Nakshatra and how this transit is going to influence your life as per your ascendant or the moon sign, or you can listen to both. Alright, so what is Jupiter all about? Jupiter is the life force. It's the life flowing within us. Jupiter is a very important planet which represents the quality of one's life. Okay, Jupiter is expansion, Jupiter is prosperity. So, what happens when this planet, which represents the life force, enters into a nakshatra which is ruled by the deity of death, Yama? What happens when Jupiter enters into Bharani Nakshatra? So this leads to destruction? No, it won't. Okay? Because here, what the Yamaraj is doing, he is taking care of your old accounts. He will become the bridge between the death to birth. So he knows your old accounts, fine. And now he is also creating this new account for this new journey of yours. So in Bharani, the Yama prepares you for the new path, for the new journey and the new experiences you will get in this life. So as Jupiter, the life force, enters into Bharani Nakshatra, something is renewed for you. For everyone, it leads to renewal, regeneration, restoration. It reinstates something which was left unaccomplished or it was inactive. So something does not initiates but reinstates from here. A very good time to get into creative works. All right, so a very good time to go back to what you were doing, the pending work where you felt a bit dissatisfied, or you couldn't find the path, you couldn't find the solution or the resources. Getting back to what you once initiated, it helps to add life into that work. Fine. And Bharani is also about secrets, so you may do a lot of work behind the scenes. Bharani is about nourishment as well. All three nakshatras ruled by Venus, you will see whether it's Bharani, whether it's Purva Falguni or Purva Ashar, there is something about revival and sustaining something. Fine. So here you nourish something behind the scenes, like you're watering those little sprouts which will become a tree in the future. So nourishing your plants, nourishing yourself as well, taking care of self as well. And one more thing, yeah, because this is the time of preparation. Because as Jupiter moves into Kritika, your plans are getting more intense, your work will get more intense, and it will be out there in the world, whatever you are doing. This is the time you're concealing, you're protecting it and doing. But in Kritika, which is the nakshatra of sun, everything gets revealed. Fine. And the challenge here is two things. Firstly, Jupiter in the nakshatra of Venus. Jupiter considers Venus as the enemy. So during this transit, one may have this great desire to get the good things, to get rich experiences. So too much of pleasure, too much of that extreme of desiring something, it leads to downfall, destruction. So the destructive aspect of Bharani is here, where you enter into this phase of too much desire, too much of need of pleasure in something. It leads to destruction. And also we have Rahu here in Ashwini, so having that illusion of, like, you have a certain picture in your mind and you're like, what if things happen in this manner, the dream, the plan I have in my mind. So Jupiter wants you to go away from it and work on the real plans, not focus on that picture, that ideal picture you have in your mind. it's more of coming through your instinct, coming through the very raw feeling of yours, what you want. But here in Bharani, you have to do justice to what you are doing. You have to work on practical plans to work on your dream and whatever it is. So practicality, understanding that is important rather than looking at that complete perfect picture in your mind which you already had, and crying over it like it's not happening. So take your dream, but also find out the practical ways, like how can you cultivate it. Okay, change of plans may happen. Bharani is about extremes, so change of plans, change of path is possible, right? So let's understand how this transit is going to work for each and every moon sign and ascendant sign. For Aries, right now Jupiter is transiting from your first house. This transit of Jupiter in the Bharani Nakshatra is about revival of self, your health, most importantly, the vitality, how you take care of yourself, your diet, because Venus also rules the second house of food. So, what you eat, how you take care of yourself is so important. Something destroys here, a habit, a mindset which was not healthy for you, and this mindset might be originating from your own beliefs about self, like this is what my life is and I don't know how to go beyond this situation, or something about a person in your life, because in your chart Venus rules the second house of family and the seventh house of partnership. So something out there which keeps you in a certain mindset which is not healthy. So breaking that bond, breaking that pattern, and focusing on your health, on your well-being, and also working greatly towards the finances, the expansion with respect to the material things, the prosperity, and doing wonderfully in your work as well. So something destroys so that something better can be grown for the future. Beautiful transformation of self. The only thing which you need to avoid is do not criticize yourself for every single thing, because you already have Ketu in the seventh house in Libra. Okay, so there is instability with respect to the people, how they connect with you, how they judge you all the time. This is the time to disconnect from that and go into this deep transformation where you eat well, you take care of yourself well, and also you may start with a learning process. It's not about going to school, doing a master's degree, or getting a certain skill, but it's about life skill. Starting to work on it, facing your deepest fear, and working on that life skill. So, beautiful transformation for Aries, but do avoid, hammering your brain, criticizing self, constantly living in this state of any, anxiousness you have or doubt you have. So, that needs care. For Taurus, Jupiter will transit from the Bharani Nakshatra, that is your 12th house, and in your chart, Jupiter is the lord of the 8th and the 11th house. This is leading to great unexpected expansion in the finances. It's happening unexpectedly, like your skill, your effort, something beautiful you have as a skill, it gets recognized and it leads to expansion. But as here Jupiter is also the 8th lord, there are people who may talk behind your back. They may criticize you and they may also doubt your success, like how did she or he got this success. She might have taken a shortcut. There is some kind of a trick. We don't know. So you may find people who are doubting your success because of the jealousy. As Jupiter transits from the Venus Nakshatra, Venus rules the 6th house. But already there is Ketu. So do not take the competition, the criticism, the jealousy so seriously. And the major theme for you in this transit of Jupiter through the Bharani Nakshatra is the change, how you embraced the change coming in your life. Because the Lord of Bharani, Venus, rules the first house. Something changes for you, how you approach a certain situation. Life changes, the physical environment around you. So with this shift, you are learning to embrace, to navigate through life. That needs major focus. So it could also be that there's a change of place. Physically, you're moving from one place to another, so you're working on that, and it's quite energy consuming. A lot of money is going into that change. It could be change of an event, how the life is changing its path, moving from one direction to another. So continue with the journey. This is what you are learning, and embracing that change, embracing that shift. You will feel uncertain. Jupiter will make you feel that. But sometimes we don't know what's next, we cannot see, but that trust is important. How much you also trust yourself, like, I'll manage it, I'll work on it, whatever it is. So the theme is change. The theme is to also see a lot of growth because of your amazing skill or creative potential you have. That will be definitely admired and respected by the world. For Gemini, Jupiter is transiting from the Bharani Nakshatra, that is your 11th house. What this house is about? This is about humanitarian deeds, and Bharani has a lot to do with to give away. Okay? Like how a mother gives so much to her child, in the same way you have give something to the world. The divine, because Jupiter is in the nakshatra of Venus. Venus rules the 12th house. The divine, in some form, will ask you to do a certain task where you have to give something without thinking, without doubting. It is your kindness, it could be your compassion, and mostly it is about nourishing, helping others. Okay? I know Rahu is also there, so you have tasted this betrayal. Jupiter, Rahu in the 11th house. Oh, I did this, but this other person hurted me instead. Right? This is something we all experience, and for you, this feeling is quite intense right now with such planets in the 11th house. But act of giving, your act of giving is an act of surrender to divine. Like, I did my best, I did my best work to help someone, and don't think beyond it. I'm not saying help the people who are very toxic to you, but you know it better who needs your help. So giving away something is important. That is the theme, learning to give. And do not fear that when I give, some injustice will happen to me. You need to remove that block from your mind. Okay? And this is also about great financial expansion, because Venus also rules the 5th house where Ketu is placed, and Ketu is helping you really to get into the depth of the skills you have. Okay, Ketu here in this house is helping you to connect with your creative potential, a skill which you're carrying since many journeys. You connect here with what already you know, what's already in you. So this connection is getting deeper. And over there, Jupiter in Bharani gives you this creative force, this power to revive that talent and make your best. But it's challenging. This transit is challenging with respect to the romantic relationships. This can be challenging with respect to the social network. You are succeeding, but people are not supportive, and they're more focused towards the fault finding. So when it comes to your work, it's quite a good transit. For Cancer, Jupiter is transiting from your 10th house in the Bharani Nakshatra. This is a high time when you must do your best. The situation, the circumstances may be as such where you enter into this phase. It is coming through your intention. See, in the career, there are two things. Either we get triggered by the competition, we get triggered by the pressure coming to you from everywhere, and then like you are forced to work. The competition is still there, the circumstances are still like that, where there is a pressure that okay, I need to do best, I need to perform very nicely. But now, as you work in your professional path, you're not just keeping that competition in mind, but this is your passion, this is your interest to create something beautiful. So Jupiter in Bharani in your 10th house brings the inspiration that this is what I have, this beautiful skill I have these resources, so let me create something nice. You're giving birth to something in your career path, a beautiful creation, a new creation. And Venus rules the 11th house for the Cancer people, so you will definitely gain out of this creation. You, whatever you do, the performance you do, you will see a promotion. If not a promotion, you will see more people are attracted to your work, your skill. You are being appreciated, your finances are growing very nicely. And also, as Venus rules your 4th house from where the Ketu is transiting, maybe at this time you're focusing more on your work because you want to get distracted from the home affairs. You want to get distracted from also how you're feeling emotionally. So, big focus on also taking care of your own needs should be there, no matter someone says, oh, you're selfish. So focusing on your needs, focusing on first what you can do for your own self, and then the world comes into the picture, everyone comes into the picture, because it could be like you don't have enough but you are giving to others when it comes to love, affection, or simply care. So taking care of self becomes a major factor, because your 4th house is the house of happiness, where Ketu is there in Libra. You're not taking care of your own happiness, and the more you get happy, the more you focus better on your career. So something new is definitely being created, and everyone will be in this amazement how nicely you're following your passion, how efficiently you're working. But don't get triggered by other people's success or what they have to say. For Leo, Jupiter is right now transiting from the 9th house in the Bharani Nakshatra, and we also have Rahu over there. Time to really get back to yourself, I would say. You may find people who may act like guru, who may act as if they know much better than you, and these people keeping you in doubt regarding your decisions and what you are doing in life. The guidance is coming in your journey, but sometimes people are not guiding you. They are just telling you what you don't have, or that voice comes through the state of jealousy, the state of fault finding. So coming across people who might be senior, who might be great achievers, don't take that criticism seriously. And also, the most important part of this transit is, what are you choosing in this life? What are you choosing? What decisions are you making? Be very wise while doing this. 9th house is the wisdom. revival of taking decisions wisely, connecting with your own spiritual side. Listening to the self is important because this will have a huge influence on your future. Jupiter transiting from the nakshatra of Venus. Venus rules the 10th house. So the decisions you make right now will influence your career, how you represent yourself in the world in a very long run, and also it impacts again your own confidence and courage. Venus also rules the 3rd house, which is about initiatives, decisions, and courage, where there is Ketu in Libra. So choose wisely, choose something which nourishes you, not challenges you all the time. You want to succeed, you want to be the best, but sometimes it's not a good decision to, put your hand into a situation or a place which is already so chaotic. If you choose chaos right now, if it's a desire, like I want instant success, so you enter into this job position which is already so chaotic, it will just expand that chaos, it will make things worse. So choose wisely. The decisions taken now will hugely impact your career. Do not worry about the expansion and the prosperity, that I want something quick, so let me do this. It won't be helpful. Further, Jupiter may bring travel because of work, mainly because of work, or it could be you're traveling to meet an old friend, a loved one. So the travel may bring fatigue, it may make you feel exhausted. But the beautiful part of this transit is you're aligning to your soul, you're aligning to your spiritual self in a great way, because Jupiter in Bharani is allowing you to shed, to get rid of that burden you have within. That burden of that I need to perform the best, the burden of how you couldn't get the equality in relationships. So not judging yourself anymore, leaving that burden behind. It's a very important transit in the 9th house. You are deciding, like, from where, now from here, where to go in life. And if I want to go, I need to leave something behind because it's not helping me. So beautiful transition spiritually and professionally also. You are looking into your options, what can be done to improve the quality of your work and your finances. For Virgo, Jupiter is transiting from your 8th house in the Bharani Nakshatra, and as this is the Nakshatra of Venus, Venus rules the 9th and the 2nd house of your chart. One thing is very clear, that this transit is bringing some kind of help or assistance from the divine. Your prayer is being answered, or it could be like all this time you have shown faith, you have shown positivity somewhere, like this will happen, this will change, this is not my permanent situation, this is not the final story, and that assistance, that help comes to you. So it's a big thing, because this is the 8th house. 8th house is of, again, renewal, death and renewal, and the theme of this transit is renewal itself. So something renews here. Firstly, it's your own strength, it's your faith, it's your belief, the plans, the ideas you had in your mind for life, things transforming beautifully, a hope coming into your life, finally finding this new path where you can continue to walk, like you are finding a way how to go ahead from this point of life. 8th house is difficult because there is so much of intensity here, so much of emotions, that it's difficult to find clarity. But you are allowing a situation to end here, because you are done with that burden. And then you also have the assistance of divine, so getting rid of a huge burden comes here. It could also be that someone is not keeping well in your family, so that could be a big pressure on you, because Venus rules the second house in your chart, and already over there you have Ketu, so too much of expenditure because of taking care of the health of someone significant. And this is the theme as well for this transit, working for a loved one. But emotionally, spiritually, this is a huge cleansing and renewal time for you. More clarity coming in your path, in your life, what to do next. And this is also about, again, surrendering to the divine, surrendering to the will of the higher power, where you're reaching to a point that this is what I can do, I'm doing my best. I no longer want to be controlled by my own desires, like what I want in life, that cannot control me. And whatever is happening to me, the unwanted also, it cannot control me. So there's some kind of surrender, a release. Jupiter and Bharani is bringing this great release and relief emotionally, spiritually, so that you are in for something new in life, a new way of how you look towards life. And also, this transit could bring unexpected financial gains and huge financial gains. For Libra, Jupiter is transiting from the 7th house in the Bharani Nakshatra. So, the Lord of Bharani, Venus rules the 1st and the 8th house. So, Jupiter will deeply influence your physical self, how you connect with the world, the situations around you, and also your deep, sensitive side, your emotions, what you keep hidden from the world. This transit wants you to learn about the flow of life, as Venus rules the 8th house, which is the house of uncertainty. Understanding, or I would say allowing things to happen the way they are, happen in the future or happening right now. The resistance, this needs to be taken care of. Taurus ruling the 8th house, you are learning to be, I would say, persevere, to be more strong in the uncertainty. And this transit is helping you to allow things happen, how things are unfolding for you. There's a grace to it, flowing with that situation, not resisting it. And mostly it's about loved ones. It's how you are being valued in relationship, how you're valued by significant people. You need not teach them every time. You're learning that, because ultimately Jupiter is in the 7th house of partnerships. So there are two things. First, you need to protect yourself, and how they deal with you. You need not to always go angry and anxious and teaching others, like, this is how you treat me. Like, people, they know how to treat others, they know they are wrong somewhere. Respecting your value, respecting yourself, taking your stand. And when it comes to life situations, allowing things to unfold rather than resisting and fighting constantly, because this keeps you in a state of agitation and fear. Ketu transiting from the 1st house in Libra, trying to balance everything but not balancing the self. And this balance will never come from money, from a right relationship. This balance comes from finding your worth and respecting yourself. It's like you're stuck in the situation where you're respecting everyone but not self. The beautiful part of Jupiter's transit from the Bharani Nakshatra is you will be very productive towards your work, towards the money, the prosperity you want, new creative ideas, continuing with your plans, revival of your business plans, revival of your creative work, any kind of activity which you wanted to do all this time, because you know this is creating your future in such a nice way. It's like designing something in your life. So, beautiful time to again continue with what you like, the creative potential you have, using it beautifully. For Scorpio, Jupiter will transit from the Bharani Nakshatra in your sixth house. A great time to win over any kind of competition. You are so successful here. I wouldn't say you're the king or the queen, but it's like you're savage. You are in your savage form. I don't want to be empathetic. I don't care. I want my things to happen. So you're using that savage side to succeed here. You're using your creativity, you're using your skills so amazingly that no one will have a chance. There is criticism, you cannot avoid it. And very destructive criticism, to be honest, with Rahu also in the sixth house. But you are not bothered anymore. You're not doing that. Yeah, deep within, because the Lord of Bharani, Venus, rules the 12th house for you, where you have Ketu. Whatever criticism you get, somewhere it disconnects you from your own self. There is this doubt which happens, like, am I good? Or maybe a question like, why I am suffering with this inequality? But still, you're succeeding, you're doing quite good. And as Jupiter is already aspecting the 12th house ruled by Venus, where we have Ketu, this is a beautiful transit where your bond with the divine is being revived. Something is renewed here. There's more awareness of how strong you are and how strongly you're connected to the higher power. You are learning, you are understanding your source, from where you came into this world, connecting with the divine, merging yourself with the divine, learning about your connection with higher power. There is an event or a situation unexpectedly may happen, and it strengthens your faith in the higher power. Other people may not even believe it, like, you may go through this event like a miracle, something which challenges you as well, like, how could this happen? It's unbelievable, and this strengthens your bond with divine. Also, take care of your health, because as you work a lot, you may get health issues associated to your head and also your feet. Take care of your sleep as well at this time, and do not rush to fix anything in your relationships, because the Lord of Bharani also rules the 7th house and Jupiter is 12 places away. Do not rush to fill in the gap in a relationship, to fix it all by yourself. there you have to give some time. For Sagittarius, Jupiter is transiting from your fifth house in the Bharani Nakshatra. And the Lord of Bharani, Venus, is ruling over the 6th and the 11th house. First thing here is outstanding growth. Because, you are now seizing something in your life. A big obstacle which is going away from you, and it is happening through your conscious effort. It could be because Taurus rules your 6th house. Maybe you were stuck because of how others were looking at your success, how others were looking at your money, how they were looking at your value. You were not happy with it. You were not satisfied with it. And it created a block in your creativity. It created a block in how you use your skills. You are now getting rid of that, leaving it behind, that burden of how the people are looking at you, how they are judging you all the time. Okay, so this is a big upliftment coming through Jupiter, and it's bringing opportunities for you when you're doing your best. You're putting in your best effort, and most importantly, the skill which you have mastered is visible to others, so you are succeeding. It leads to fame. It leads to more people approaching you, looking at your craft, and also it improves the opportunities coming in your life, leading to more material abundance. It could also be birth of something significant in your life. For some people, it is the birth of children. It could be birth of a new business, a new work. And from here, you will see exponential rise in life. That will definitely happen. What Jupiter is challenging is the networks, the friendships, the romantic connection you may have, where you are feeling like, I have to give a part of myself to the other person, the significant person, in order to prove myself, in order to prove my worth or my love to others. So again, you're detaching from this. This is a revival of your happiness, revival of your emotional intelligence. Which area of life needs more focus, and which area of life is actually ruining your health and your work. Health also needs great care over here. So that is the main theme. Revival of your work, revival of what makes you happy. Choosing your happiness is so important. And also this transit may make you feel worried about the justice in life. Like, this person did this, so when they will pay, when they will see my worth, what will happen? You need not to worry about it, because that justice will prevail within this transit. You will see how the justice is happening. But you give justice to your work, which is the most important thing. For Capricorn, Jupiter is transiting from your 4th house in the Bharani Nakshatra. This is the house of happiness. This is the house of the comfort and the security you feel, not just at your home, but in your mind. And we also have Rahu here. A big transit to unburden yourself. Your presence of mind counts here. This is the nakshatra of Venus. Venus is so creative. And if you want to create something in life, unburden the 4th house. It could also be, don't wait for the big moments to happen so that I can be happy. Focusing on every little thing in life which makes you happy. Doing certain hobbies or activities which are making you happy, because Venus rules the fifth house of creative potential, your hobbies, your passion. Chase your passion. What makes you happy? And this is significantly improving your career. Maybe your hobby doesn't have a connection with your career, but when you get into that hobby, something which makes you happy, it strengthens your mind. It increases that security which you want. That state of mind is so amazing that it automatically makes you productive in your work. So the purity of the mind, the presence of mind is important. If you cleanse this area, everything will be so rewarding. The Nakshatra Lord for Bharani, Venus rules the fifth house of creative potential, hobbies, and 10th house of career, where we have Ketu. So there is this disconnect, or simply like lack of interest, getting bored of what you are doing. So Jupiter in Bharani will reignite these houses. You will be trying to adopt a new way of working, which keeps you more happy, which keeps you more interested in your work. It could also be initiation of a new romantic connection at the work front. Someone coming into your journey, and this person has the same skills, so it could be a sudden connection developed. And this is more about like how two people come together and work on something creative as well, like finding someone who can collab with you with respect to your work as well, and it will be so nice. It will be full of fun. If you have children, you may see certain difficulties while dealing with them. Your actual presence of mind is being challenged by them. You are like, where to focus? It could be the case. And with respect to your domestic front as well, you may feel you're taking the most burden, you're taking the most responsibilities, and because of that you may feel tired or even financially drained as well. So how you manage your finances, this is also a restart happening in your life. How to save more and how to use your money more wisely. For Aquarius, Jupiter right now is transiting from the third house in the Bharani Nakshatra, and of course we have Rahu over there as well. In this duration, in this transit, you may hear a lot of things which are not so good about yourself. Maybe right now also it's happening that someone says, oh, you're not sufficient enough, or you could have done this in a better way. Hearing certain ideas about you, other people having a perception about you. But what Jupiter in the Bharani Nakshatra wants you to learn is to let go and leave that burden of what others has to say about you, because every day you may hear something and it keeps you out of balance, it keeps you in a state of anxiousness. So you must have your eyes on the prize. You must look at your goal. That goal is so big, so high. Don't worry about what others are saying, because if you stay stuck there, you are absolutely missing your goal and the big things waiting for you. And Venus also rules the fourth house, which is the house of happiness. As Jupiter transits 12 places away from the fourth house, your happiness matters. Your comfort matters here. So, doing certain life changes which make you happy, disconnecting from people who are emotionally challenging, this happens in this transit. And also it shows moving away from family to fulfill your goals. It could be personal goals, like I want to go on this adventurous journey, I want to travel, I want to move into this new place so that I can learn to play soccer, maybe I want to learn to paint, I want to travel to this place where I'll get my master's degree. So disconnecting from the family, from the home, from the domestic front, to pursue something, to learn something. And again, the beautiful part of this transit is Jupiter in the nakshatra of Venus. Venus rules the ninth house, Libra, and over there you have Ketu. This shows that your mindset sometimes is the obstacle in receiving great gifts in life, because again you judge yourself based on how others judge you. In this transit there are blessings, and these blessings are coming to you in a very unexpected manner. This is the house of the spiritual inclination, and all that spiritual work you have done till now. This is bringing upliftment. It's upliftment because you are ready to shed a lot of weight which was impacting your decision making ability. That's a great gift. And secondly, great help or a blessing is coming in your way. And if you feel that I don't deserve good things, then you are blocking that blessing, because third house is also connected to the self, the decisions you take, the courage you have. So when you challenge yourself, you challenge your efforts, you challenge your belief on yourself as well. So great help, upliftment, opportunity coming in your way, but do not treat yourself badly. And also taking independent decisions is also happening, like your decisions are no more in the control of other people, especially with respect to your personal journey. You're not taking the weight of other people, what they think, what they may think. That's the big thing happening here. For Pisces, Jupiter is transiting from your second house in the Bharani Nakshatra. This is the house of Venus itself, right? The house of family, the house of values, which we get from the family. The values we have as well as a person, how we see things, the vision, right? So, in this transit, there is this end to something. It could be the end of how you valued something, and now it's of no worth to you. Maybe you are putting so much of value in a part of your journey, some aspect. It could be anything, and it never worked. So, getting rid of that situation, like almost a death, because Venus rules the 8th house of death in your chart, the 8th house of renewal. Cutting away from a certain idea, a rule which came from your family, and you know, like, I can no longer follow this rule or this tradition which is stopping me to take initiative, to be independent, because Venus also rules the 3rd house of initiative, courage, and efforts. So something restrains you from becoming more confident. So here it's leading to end the way you worked till now, how you are following a certain principle given by others in the family, because you know it's not allowing you to grow, it's not allowing you to be free in some way. So breaking that pattern happens here. Big shift in the family life, your values versus the values of the significant ones. This is also about taking care of the health of someone significant in your family. There might be some expenditures while you take care of this person's health, or maybe the family may need some kind of financial help at this time. So again, finances are very significant at this time, because Jupiter is also your first lord transiting from second house. It's helping you to use your money wisely, how to save money, how to, prepare for the future financially. So you will learn at this time. The most beautiful part of this transit is the realization of your true beauty. As I said, this transit is about revival, reinstating something. So you are restoring everything which is valuable to you. All the areas of life, what you think is important, it holds a great value in your eyes, in your mind. You will restore everything, like bringing something back to life. It's your health, it's about even the physical appearance, it's about your money, it's about your dreams. So the revival of those dreams, revival of everything which you think is beautiful about you, about your life, that is a big change. And also cutting the cords, cutting away such people who were more of a baggage on you. They were they were draining your energy. Emotionally you were being drained. So disconnection happens here, because you have Ketu in the 7th house in Libra, which shows there's a huge imbalance in the give and take, especially in the marriage, or it could be a partnership, a very significant partnership, work partnership, where there's exchange of resources. It could be the case. So big development and improvement in how you take care of yourself, how you value yourself.